Valentino?
Yes.
Michael Tulli?
Yes.
Cindy Gaido?
Yes.
Melissa Wendy?
Yes.
Alan Chase?
Yes.
Joanne Peck?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we want to, look at, address the Circle T.
Or do you wanna do,
The,
do you wanna do something? It's pretty much
We should do the minutes.
yes, thank you.
I was gonna say, I think we skipped the minutes.
Totally skipped the
I'm like, did I not
minutes.
put that in order?
Let's look at the minutes, thank you.
You
Two
have no
sets,
idea.
because there's the November
Yeah.
29th minutes
Oh, it was a done deal.
and the December 20th.
Mhm.
Why did we put the, hold off on the 29th? What was the reason?
More details needed to be added to, the discussion that we had about Circle T, so for application.
They're going over the minutes from previous meetings. They have to approve the minutes that were typed up. That's all.
So, page 3 of 6, in the second paragraph, discussion regarding ancillary operations, and examples of ancillary operations include warming up vehicles, removing snow, the arrival of plant employees. I wanna remove removal of snow. Last night's snow shows that, that really is not a operation of the plant, it is just surviving, in our area we live.
That's how you said second paragraph.
Page 3 of 6, and
Oh,
it's,
okay. The third line there.
second line, discussion regarding ancillary
I
operations.
don't think we had that as something that was to be considered part of.
No, I don't,
30-minute.
right,
The last 5 words in that sentence, it seems like it refers to the same thing again, doesn't it? And or plowing inside the plant area, what's plowing?
yeah, I think you're right, it's not needed.
Yeah.
And again, these were just examples.
Yeah.
So we can just.
Turning it for closing. I'm just reading out loud.
Oh, sorry.
I'm like thinking of it in my brain. My brain's not functioning today, it's been a long day. I had to shovel today, you know.
Oh, right.
Any other questions on November?
Yeah, 2 hours away. It's open. They'd close. Yeah.
I don't think so, not for me. Said no.
I can't get the door in there.
Do you have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion that we accept November's minutes with the redaction of snow removal
And the plowing.
and plowing.
You want a second? I'll second. Sorry, we're taking Melissa?
Yep.
Karen Valentino?
Yes.
Michael Tulli?
Yes.
Cindy Gaido?
Abstain.
Melissa Wendy?
Yes.
Alan Chase?
Yes.
Joanne Peck?
Yes.
I know.
All right, so the December 20th minutes, please.
Shouldn't. Mhm. I couldn't believe that. Well, yeah, no.
I don't know how important it is, but on the Lalonde, write-up, there's some factually inaccurate stuff that I think maybe we just misunderstood. I don't know if it's important to correct that, or we just let it fly as it was
Well,
misunderstood.
what do you notice?
It's,
What page are you on?
I'm on page 5 of 5. Top of the page, it says the property to the east has a camper, no home. The property to the west contains a home that is 5 feet from the, oh, disregard, I'm wrong, that is correct. I was still thinking the property to the east.
Gotcha.
Well, actually it is, the property to the east has a camper, no home, that's inaccurate.
Okay.
It's actually one parcel, I believe, that has a camper and a home on it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, I thought it was stated that there wasn't a
I
house
got it, yeah, I got it.
on
looking at the survey map, it's a one large lot.
Oh, actually, you can see the home. There is a camper there and a
There's a
house.
camper and a house.
Yes, there is.
It's a minor detail, I don't know that it
No,
really makes any
that's
difference. but-
reasonable, but it's right in the picture, there is a structure.
Yeah.
Why can't you see?
We could amend it, if we wanna fix it, we could amend it by
Alright,
just
so-
taking out the no home,
A
would make it
camper.
correct.
And
Or
a
you could put
home.
camper
Just
and
take
a
out no,
home.
just
I
take
say
out
and a
no,
home.
camper and home.
Yeah, you change no to and then it's
Yeah.
accurate.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Oh, yeah, 'cause that's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look at the new pictures that he sent today,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
camper's gone, so.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, we didn't,
It was
what we
based
had
on
last
our
week,
meeting,
yeah.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out.
And I think the only reason why we had that line in there is because we thought that there was just a camper and not an actual house, so
Oh,
we
okay.
could probably strike the whole line, right? Or do you guys wanna feel it's so important to leave in there, that there's a camper and a home?
I think we said there was no home.
I thought so too. What's that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, cause that's what I wrote down.
All right,
I was
we'll
just
just,
gonna
I
look at the
say,
other properties
fine,
for
leave it.
those
Changing no to and, is
Yeah.
that?
Discuss, they
Yeah,
shouldn't
and
be
a-
changing
And
what
a
you
home,
said.
okay.
Yeah, really. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them.
All right.
motion to accept the December's minutes with the one change being an and.
Second?
Karen Valentino?
Yes.
Mike Capelli?
Yes.
Cindy Gaibo? Melissa Wendy?
Yes.
Alan Page?
Yes.
Suzanne Chaki?
Yes.
Alright, then we're gonna talk about old business, and I think you're addressing, Circle T first. Alright, and we have Ian here, hello.
Cindy's gonna.
Alright. First, I think, thank you, Cindy, for recusing yourself. So, Sue Ann, you are, relatively new to the group, but I just wanna, ask you if you can, you have informed yourself about the Circle T project previously, as well as
Yes.
the recent information that has come out.
Yes, and you have been, I think, at the last one or two meetings for as well,
Last
so.
meeting, she got-
I think you were
I was
there.
last month I was sick,
Mhm.
but I was here the
The
month before that.
yeah.
Okay.
But obviously you just reviewed the minutes, so you're familiar with what has been discussed.
Alright, so we have, as well, Attorney Caracoli, had provided, some examples as, number 2 letters. And in it as well, he was pointing out, and bringing up the question of, who has jurisdiction to make, restrictions on the road, or, be able to, say different things are allowable with the road. And he is, pointing out that, New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law empowers the town board, to adopt ordinances and orders and rules, and regulations, for the roads. And so we, have looked at this, all of us have read it and, have, discussed it to make sure that we, understand. And he has a number of different cases. So, we do understand that, as the planning board, we cannot make those rules. We can make a recommendation, and pass it to the town board. It is not in their jurisdiction as well. They can also look at it, make a recommendation to the town, the highway, supervisor. So we realize
And-
that. Go ahead.
And
please,
that was
Rebecca.
part of the discussion, I think last month with Alan, points that you brought up and was discussed between Kevin and, the board about what the town, as far as restricting travel, in one direction of a road, and restricting it to one individual. Kevin did provide information regarding vehicle and traffic law and, a couple of cases regarding same and in reviewing information. It appears, as was worded in the original, application, that recommendations should be made to the town board regarding adopting ordinances and laws to restrict travel, if they can, if they choose to, on roads, town roads. By the way, they don't have any control to do that over state roads.
So, I think that, certainly on my part, looking at that information has, as well as the concern that Circle T is being, pointed out to, the original conditions over the last few years and the travel direction heading south on Darrow Road was suggested by Circle T, and so this was something that we naturally said, okay, yes, this seems like a good condition to mitigate traffic concerns. Looking at your wanting to travel in both directions, as it does, at least to me, look like that we are making the circumstances different for Circle T's travel on that road as compared to other companies and other business and other people traveling on there. And so I'm of the opinion that they should be able to travel north and south on Darrow Road, and that is the same conditions that anybody traveling would have the right to do that. However, I feel strongly that I would want the local deliveries on that road in order to be only and posted at all the different locations, County Route 51 and 6 and that intersection of Darrow, in order to, again, limit that. That's our recommendation. However, we realize, again, looking at Kevin's letter, as well as what Alan had pointed out last week, or last month, feels like last week.
I wanna ask, I think we, how many, I know you can't tell us a specific number, but as far as traveling north, what do you anticipate the volume of traveling north?
You know,
What,
with everything, the way it's gone down and everything, just like when we opened this plant, it's just new to us. I don't wanna put that number on and be back here again.
oh, absolutely, that's why I said not a number, but,
I would dare tell you that I believe there's still gonna be more traffic going the direction that we're going right now than going the other way. But as again, I
Oh,
do not want to go ahead and mislead anybody or
Absolutely.
say that I have the
Absolutely.
knowledge of what is gonna happen with that.
but, you'd be confident in saying, if you could travel both directions, that you're not going to switch your entire operations, like, it's not gonna be
Definitely not.
that volume of,
Definitely not.
okay. But I understand and, respect you not wanting to put a number, but,
Well, like I said, there's no way that I can do
Right.
that and be totally honest with you,
correct,
because I don't know. And then we're back here again because
correct,
You had one extra load.
right, well, and that's. But also, I think the board wants to, I mean, you guys talked about the road. Obviously, before, we could enforce it because you agreed to it, the applicants, that was your proposal. And now you're asking for the direction to be changed, and the board not just considered what Kevin said and their attorney said in the letter, but they've also heard all the information from Bob, the highway superintendent, public neighbors, so they definitely, I think, had more than a good discussion the past, 2 or 3 meetings and hearings about that, and I don't know if you wanna express any thoughts as well as far as,
So what you're saying is right now, we're gonna make a recommendation to the town board, put in all rights. The only one that can enforce that would be
Right.
Bob.
Absolutely,
mhm,
that's my impression, yes.
so you can make the recommendation to the town board.
Mhm.
But also, there are other things that you guys did, I think, we discussed and considered as far as hearing the neighbors' concerns, talking with Bob about the condition of the road. I don't know if you wanna see those things or. The highway superintendent provided the information about,
Yeah, that the road conditions, there was no significant, or there was no deterioration after 2 years of the plants working, heading in a southerly direction, that the road did not need any special repair as a result of the, truck traffic on the road. So that concern about extending that all the way up Darrow Road is not a concern, that we're worried about road, degradation.
The road doesn't get narrower down that end, he said too.
Right.
I don't know if they, did that pick it up? Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Road is not narrower on the northern side.
And I believe he said that, correct me if I'm wrong, that there were no, there have been no accidents or
No,
incidents with the trucks leaving the linear, coming or going from the batch plant. There haven't been any issues with accidents or. And I think it's probably 2 years ago, like you said, this was new for you, you weren't sure what was going to be the effect, the volume of your business, the planning board wasn't sure what this would look like 10 years later. Because you don't have,
It's not like we were in the business and we had some guidance, where we had to learn right from this.
right, and there's not a lot of businesses like yours, or even I don't think close to yours, in the town of New Haven right now.
So, we do need to vote on this, and, this was the third part remaining as far as the direction of travel. And, how it was worded. So, in the meeting on December 20th, last planning board meeting, Alan made a motion and Melissa seconded. And I would like to read it. I know Mike and I voted no, and Melissa and Alan voted yes, and I think we might be able to use similar language with some modification, and I would be okay with that. So it said, motion to amend the road restrictions was made by Alan Chase, seconded by Melissa Windy, as follows. Commercial vehicles shall be permitted to travel in either direction on Darrow Road unless otherwise restricted by action of the town highway superintendent, the town board, or any other local, state, or federal authority authorized to post weight and limit restrictions, the type and weight of vehicles allowed to utilize Darrow Road, or otherwise restricting access to local deliveries only. And then how I'd wanna change that, and we can, work on the wording, but it's something along, with the recommendation to the town board, to restrict access to Darrow Road to local deliveries only, or the board would like to, make that recommendation. We can discuss whether we would also wanna say we recommend that the, another application for a reduction in speed limit, take place. But that allows for that travel in both directions, and all of these, a speed limit as well as local deliveries would impact everybody, on that, it would not be, specifically for Circle T. So, any thoughts? Go ahead.
Read that, so you want the recommendation to the town board to limit travel on Darrow Road?
To local deliveries, yes, only.
Is that a recommendation that we would make to the town board, or is that a recommendation that we are requesting the applicant make to the town board?
You can make it to the town board.
There might be an easier way to do this.
Okay.
I think maybe, given the amount of time we've spent on this, maybe a few more minutes doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
To make sure we have a very accurate record, so I wanted to take a second just to go over the specific pieces we're talking about. So in the original site plan approval conditions, dated August 25th, 2021, Line item 9 states, the applicant shall ensure that all vehicles under its control related to the batch plant entering and leaving the site shall travel in the southerly direction down Darrow Road to County Route 6 and follow the traffic mitigation plan submitted by the applicant on April 2nd, 2021, incorporated herein as by reference. Applicant will inform all other vehicles of the traffic mitigation plan and advise them to follow the plan. So that's condition 9.
Okay.
That, in effect, is part of what the applicant is asking to have removed. Now, from Kevin Caracoli's letter, multiple letters dated December 26th and January 17th, he is citing that the New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law 1660 empowers the town board to adopt an ordinance, order, rule, or regulation to establish a system of truck routes upon which all trucks, tractors, and tractor combinations having a total gross weight in excess of 10,000 pounds are permitted to travel and operate, and excluding such vehicles and combinations from all highways except those that constitute truck route system. Such exclusion shall not prevent local deliveries, and it goes on to continue. So in effect, what we believe we have determined, and our town attorney has reviewed and looked for case law to the contrary, there is case law included in these letters to support this, but what we have determined, we believe, is that New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law 1660 really forbids the planning board from having the authority to enforce condition number 9. So although the applicant originally suggested condition 9, the fact that we don't have the authority to enforce it, and now they are asking to have it removed, we really don't feel like we have a choice but to remove it. Now, that aside, condition number 20 says the applicant shall make a request to the town board for the following: reduce speed limits to 30 miles per hour on Darrow Road from Stone Road to Route 6, and no truck entrance signs and weight limit signs on Super Mills Road, Stone Road, at the corner of Stone and County Route 6, Lily Marsh Road, at the intersection of Lily Marsh Road and Route 51, and County Route 51A. That is a separate condition, and the town board does have the authority to do that. And we feel like we would like to try to keep some commercial truck traffic restrictions on this road as it relates to Circle T or anyone else. So with all that said, really what we're trying to do here, I think, is to remove condition 9 and reaffirm condition 20 with the one change that this condition 20 says the applicant shall make a request to the town board, and we're saying that we will make a request to the town board for the exact same conditions, to reduce the speed limit and to make it local deliveries only.
And you've got, 2 years of information,
Right.
additional information can be provided to maybe.
Right, well,
those-
but the fact remains, the town board has the
Correct.
jurisdiction to make, we don't have the authority to
Right.
post a road.
Yeah.
So the town board would have whatever information it needs.
Okay.
I mean, that may sound like we're kicking the can to the town board, but in effect, we're just recommending the town board consider something that they have the authority to do and we don't.
Right, under vehicle and traffic law.
So is a simple motion to just remove condition 9 and to reaffirm condition 20 and to add to it that we're going to ask the town board to reconsider the pieces on 20? Is that an easy way of?
I think that's fine. Yeah,
That's a good way to
fine.
put it. Do you want it to be that you're reaffirming condition 20 or that you're amending?
Well, we're changing it because this says applicant shall make a request. Now, I mean, we
So
could,
you essentially, you could read and make this this is what
Mhm.
the motion is.
Okay.
And just,
so would the motion read that we are removing condition 9 and that we are amending condition 20 to read the planning board shall make a request to the town board for the following, and then just read that?
correct.
That sounds great to me.
I make a motion that we, considering all the facts that have come to light, that we remove condition 9 from Circle T's original August 25th, 2021 site plan conditions, period, I guess. And I guess you can't start that with and, but, next, regarding condition 20, we will amend condition 20 to read, the planning board shall make a request to the town board for the following. And I'll read this, because I don't have to write it all, because it's gonna be word for word.
Just right.
Reduce speed limit to 30 miles per hour on Darrow Road from Stone Road to County Route 6, and no truck entrance signs and weight limit signs on Soper Mills Road, Stone Road at the corner of Stone and County Route 6, and Lily Marsh Road at the intersection of Lily Marsh Road and County Route 51, and County Route 51A, period, end. That's my motion.
Did that include the local deliveries?
It said, yeah, no truck entrance signs
Okay,
and weight
no
limit
truck entrance,
signs
okay.
on Soper Mills, which I think no truck entrance means local delivery,
I think it
because
does too.
by law, they cannot stop local delivery.
Right, okay. No
So-
truck
Right,
entrance.
under vehicle.
Right, so really, that's gonna say, it's not gonna say no truck entrance, it's going to say local delivery only.
We'll change that part also to local deliveries.
Yeah, why don't we change no truck entrance to local delivery only? But this isn't for the motion, but understand, we're not enacting local delivery, we're recommending
Of
the
course,
town board
of course,
consider
we
it.
don't have that authority.
Right.
We know that.
That's my motion.
I'll second it.
Here we go.
Mike, your second.
Yes.
Karen Valentino?
Yes.
Michael Cooley?
Yes.
Melissa Wendy?
Yes.
Alan Chase?
Yes.
Sue Ann Zibke?
Yes.
The motion from, last month that was reread, are we,
No,
Redoing that
we're
motion.
doing this instead.
just that, okay,
Yes,
all right,
yes, we're
just
not,
wanted to
doing-
make sure.
we don't need to do both.
Yeah, Karen
Thank you.
just read that to kind of get us where,
Yeah.
get us to where we left off last time.
Okay, no, I like their suggestion now. Okay.
Just to make sure we did this clean, last time when we were done, we voted to pass the site plan
The first two parts.
as amended. Should we do that again to
Yeah, we
make
could
this?
reaffirm, so it's clear all that, hey, so everyone understands,
Okay.
this is what they
Right.
can and
Yeah,
can't do, is, and address the modifications. Cause all the other conditions are there, we're just amending those three things.
We need a motion to approve the entire application with.
As
how
amended?
you'd word that, yeah, as previous motions.
So we only need to do the one, right? We've already approved the other two.
Right, but I think what Alan was saying is just for on the record so everyone hears that we've got the application and this is what you're reaffirming
Right.
those
I don't know what the
decisions.
significance was last month, but it seemed like we voted on the pieces and then we voted on the whole.
Mm-hmm,
Maybe we need to vote on the whole
to
again now to
just,
just.
I'd say reaffirm,
Yeah, last month you did
The
a
motion.
I don't know
motion
if
to
it's
approve
necessary,
the
but-
first two parts and to table the third part.
right,
Right.
So now we just voted on the third part.
right.
So now we have a
let's-
motion for each part, so should there be a motion to
To motion, do a
Approve.
motion to reaffirm
reaffirm the previous motion?
the modifications as
So,
approved,
I'll make a motion to, approve Circle T's, site plan modification, as amended. Is that,
well, as, I wouldn't say
with the conditions,
as amended, or approve their modification application, and then state what we approved.
Okay.
And reaffirming the
go
decision
through
that
it all?
was made on, reaffirming the decision that was made on December 20th, which allows them to,
Alright, I'll retract that motion. Let's try this again.
so that way people don't have to look back and forth.
Right.
Okay,
Do we need to
gotcha.
go through each one, or can we just talk about the three parts? How about a motion to approve Circle T's, site plan review, including, the first one was the construction of the silo, as voted on.
Mm-hmm.
The second one being the hours of operation with the conditions stated. And the third one being the travel on Darrow Road with the restriction, or with the modifications approved.
As approved
As
at this
approved.
meeting.
And then that puts them, all three of them together, and hopefully closes the book on this for now.
So Circle T site plan modification application.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're directed hours of operations. Alright. Travel on Darrow Road.
Okay, so we got a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Karen Valentino?
Yes.
Mike Cattouli?
Yes.
Melissa Wendy?
Yes.
Alan Chase?
Yes.
Joanne Tyke?
Yes.
Have we did do a basis of considerations for them?
Yeah, I think we'll have to do a, hold on, let's go back and see my notes.
Can we go get Cindy? Because we're done with the Circle T, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if we have, did we do it, and I just don't remember.
It's been so long, I don't remember either. I'm
Here,
checking my notes.
Last year.
Yes, we do have a basis of consideration, would you like me to, well,
Yes, please, thank you
hold on,
for.
let me. This was from the September 20th meeting, does anyone have those minutes?
Oh, I might, yeah.
Right handy with them?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, great.
Okay. So. No, this is November 29th.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, it's not in there.
Why not?
Um,
I have a bunch right here, let me see if I have September's handy. Please tell me that's the only thing. September. Here's September. Okay, and is this Trevor Ray's, hold on. Yep, there we go. That should be.
Okay, so the basis of consideration, we may need to add or change to. A noise study has been completed, all levels are within acceptable noise levels. The new silo will be similar height to the existing silo. There's no variances needed. The footprint of the concrete pad is not significant at 14 foot by 16 foot. An enclosure of metal siding with sound dampening material will be complete by March 30th, 2024. Applicant will work with the town highway superintendent if necessary to mitigate the amount of dust, dirt, and stone in the road, as well as sweep in the roadway and use other measures such as concrete strips and/or calcium chloride flakes to keep the road clear of debris. Applicant has provided information regarding a change of circumstances, a map of the total square footage, and an update on the status of the enclosure as requested.
Last month they did provide pictures that I believe the enclosure was almost complete.
Are we adding anything to that?
Does anything need to be added, Rebecca?
The enclosure's complete, correct?
Yeah, we're waiting on a garage door
Okay.
as far as the construction is complete.
I think that should be good. They did the enclosure, and those are the pictures they gave us.
The enclosure is complete,
Just waiting on a garage
waiting on
door.
the garage door. Confirmed with pictures. I'll get everything like that. Confirm with the picture. There's what was in there in the enclosures before, should we take that part out?
Say it again?
Should we take the part out that was in there about the enclosure then? Is that what we're doing, removing the line that was in there?
I
and
put it in there
replacing it?
because they said they would have it completed by March, but it's actually.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
fine.
completed by now.
Right.
So
Just add
remove,
it.
or we can just add
Just
on to
add
it, and don't put the
Mhm.
enclosure.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds fine.
Okay. Okay, any other changes, additions, removals?
So we just need a motion now that the application has been approved, I believe. Is that the final thing?
We already voted on it,
Yeah,
didn't
we
we?
Yeah,
voted.
the
Never
motion
mind, we
he
did
made-
that before.
The motion he made was to approve the application with,
Not that it was complete, but just that the final thing.
Yeah. The
Okay.
one before was the.
we already,
previous that we did.
yeah.
Okay, there we go. Amended.
Grab Cindy?
Hmm?
Can we grab Cindy?
Oh, yes, please, thank you.
I did, yeah. Took a little while.
You came back and she wasn't there, I'm like, "I'm coming." Thought maybe she was missing.
Wake her up. All right. Okay, so we are done. Mr. Clifford, thank you. All right, Sam Lalonde, I would like to talk to you, please. We have additional information that you provided, and I appreciate that. All right.
It's easier to see the difference between the new building and the.
Yeah,
that's a lot easier
my
now.
first go around was not very detailed, I apologize for that, but this one should
This
be
is a really
a
good
much
picture.
better illustration of what we got going on.
What's that?
This is George and Jan, please.
No, that is Harry,
It's not the least.
I don't anymore.
Linda, thank you for showing me. Yep, it's, I found it.
Hey Karen, if I may, this mic is live now here, so if you wanna have people utilize the podium.
Podium, yeah.
We added a mic over here.
Oh, thank you.
Let me sit over
Thank
here?
you. Yes, I appreciate that.
Oh boy.
It is.
I don't wanna be recorded.
Wow.
I'm not much of a public speaker.
You are now.
This is way past, this is past me.
So I'm assuming you guys all of these.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you though, pamphlet you put together is well constructed. The only question I
Yeah,
had,
PowerPoint.
the only
Yeah.
question I have is the lines that you put in there for the boundaries. How accurate are those? Are they come off a deed?
Which ones do you refer to?
The neighbor, to the west, 52,
Yep.
Randy, drew a line in there. That's the property line, or is it the tree line? That's the
Nope.
only question I
This
have.
red line is the property line. This one here, this one here?
Yeah,
Yep, so that's right on my survey. This house is exactly 5 feet, the front and the backside, so this line parallels his house.
okay,
And also, when I bought the property, he let me know that his fence was on my property. If you take his fence post as part of the survey, is the property lines.
okay.
Yeah, and the survey you provided was done in August of 2022, so it's not that old.
Correct, and that's what I use I use the survey for the distances from the road and, the lake level. So the lake level is August of 22. So that's what I based the distance from the water, distance from the road, just for that survey, so there's no questions on that. So I'm gonna try to hold tape measure for the lake and the road winter time, so survey was much, easier and more accurate.
Says red depicts the
Because I
current
think you just wanna make
plan.
sure that he's got everything that is required for the application or procedure.
Does anybody back there have a color one?
No, this is black and white.
Any color?
Yeah, I was just wondering about the red depicts the current house that exists and nothing is in color on here.
I'll show
Oh,
you. Mine the color.
I think if you look at the difference in the colors though, like the red would,
I'm just gonna make little notes on my thing here. Oh, yes, there's red to.
yeah, that's the.
You can't really see
I must have got the
Yeah,
original.
ours you can't see at all. There's no,
Is yours in color?
nothing.
Mine's in color.
See, yours you can see the texture on here.
Yeah.
Oh, you little turkey.
I must have printed one color and then made copies of the colors.
Probably.
I printed mine in.
Yours is in color, I can see it from here.
No,
Oh.
Mine don't have, like, you
Yeah,
can't
mine
see
is.
anything.
Yeah.
It's just a blank square.
I was gonna say, mine's not in color.
You must have printed one in color.
And it kind of
And then
goes
just
across.
photocopy.
It's, you know, it's possible because I had Jen print it out for me and then I just came up and made copies, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking
But
around,
it-
going, mine's in color.
It must not have been
No, I
defaulted
kinda have all,
color.
this is supposed to be, I don't know
Oh,
why.
okay, so I'm on.
Your, mine is, well, yours has the white lines, mine has nothing.
There we
That would be
go.
helpful to see.
Well, I think we have, all the information that we had asked to be provided, so great.
Yes.
We can go through and, make a motion for lead agency and proceed through some of our regular process. Everyone agree? Anyone wanna make a motion for lead agency?
Do you want to do the secret first?
I think we can review the seeker first, that's fine.
Yeah, we didn't on this one at the last meeting.
Oh, really? We did not use it?
No,
Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, there we go. Let me get to the application. Alright, the short environmental assessment form, for Samuel J. Lalonde II's, application. Number one, does the proposed action only involve the legislative, does the proposed action only involve the legislative adoption of a plan, local law, ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation? No. Two, does the proposed action require permit, approval, or funding from any other governmental agency? No. Total acreage of the site proposed action, 0.246. Total acreage to be physically disturbed, 0.07. And total acreage, project site and any contiguous properties owned or controlled by the applicant or project sponsor, 0.875 acres. Number four, check all land uses that occur on, adjoining, and are near the proposed action. It's forest, aquatic, and residential. Everything. Is the proposed action A, permitted use under the zoning regulations, not applicable? B, consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan, not applicable. 6, is the proposed action consistent with the predominant character of the existing built or natural landscape? Yes. Is the site of the proposed action located in or does it adjoin a state-listed critical environmental area? No. 8, will the proposed action result in a substantial increase in traffic above present levels? No. Are public transportation services available at or near the site of the proposed action? No. Are any pedestrian accommodations or bicycle routes available on or near site of the proposed action? No. Does the proposed action meet or exceed the state energy code requirements? Yeah. Oh, if the proposed action will exceed requirements described the design features and technologies? Yes. Will the proposed action connect to any existing public or private water supplies? Yes. Will the proposed action connect to existing wastewater utilities? No, it's a septic system. Does the site contain a structure that is listed on either the state or national register of historic places? No. Is the proposed action located in an archaeological sensitive area? No. Does any portion of the site of the proposed action or lands adjoining the proposed action contain wetlands or other water bodies regulated by a federal, state, or local agency? Yes. Would the proposed action physically alter or encroach into any existing wetland or water body? No. Identify the typical habitat types that occur on or are likely to be found on the project site. Check all that apply. Shoreline is checked. Anything else? Okay. Probably sufficient. Does the site of the proposed action contain any species of animal or associated habitats listed by the state or federal government as threatened or endangered? No. Is the project site located in the 100-year floodplain? No. Will the proposed action create stormwater discharge either from point or non-point sources? No. Does the proposed action include construction of other activities that result in the impoundment of water or other liquids? Examples of retention pond, waste lagoon, or dam? No. Has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the location of an active or closed solid waste management facility? No. Has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the subject of remediation, ongoing or completed for hazardous waste? No. Any changes? Do we need a motion for lead agency?
It looks like we should be lead agency checking us for money
Need to contact
to
the
make it, we make the appropriate referrals to. I'm checking on that, make sure it's just the DEC.
Okay. Let's go, that was number what? So for number 2, does the proposed action require permanent approval or funding from any other government agency because it's Lake Ontario?
No, are you asking? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was talking about number 13.
Yes. That's what I was thinking, but it's,
Yeah.
it's definitely a regulated water body.
Yeah. So, definitely the DEC. Do you think?
Well, section 4.4, talks about S2 is 25-foot building setback, class 1, 2. Well, it just is about the setbacks, it's not about contacting any regulatory agencies.
So, do a motion for lead agency with referral made to DEC. Because of
Did
the
you-
water body.
Okay, you did see that?
He took 13.
Well-
13 is yes, and protected wetlands or water bodies.
Okay,
13A,
Mhm.
you did say so, yes.
So I'll send a referral. I can send
okay.
Shouldn't there be a no?
Oh, well,
Adjoining.
Right, but it says distant portion of the site of the proposed action contain wetlands.
Thought I read, is it adjoining?
or lands
Yeah,
adjoining.
or land adjoining the proposed land.
Right,
The wetlands are on the actual,
right, but they are adjoining.
Mhm. And if
it.
it's,
His property's on the water.
When we do a referral to the DEC, does that mean the DEC becomes the lead, or can we
Nope.
still be the
No,
lead?
the
We
town
just-
is lead agency.
So we're just
and
letting the DEC know
Yeah.
that this is going on, and,
And see if they have a response, and they'll
right,
respond
gotcha.
either.
So
no
we're still
concerns,
lead
not
agency,
Mm-hmm,
we're just making notification to see if they
correct,
have any
because he's
any
checked
comment.
yes.
So number 2 actually has to say yes, and then DEC has
That's
to
what I was
be,
thinking too.
um,
Does proposed action require permit approval or funding, from a, so
it
it's,
has to be approved.
I guess the question is, are we really looking for approval, or is
Not
it just a
approval,
it's
just
a notification?
because
And so,
he's not doing anything in the water,
Right.
he's doing anything in the water, that would be different.
and they may not even respond to it, and they have a time limit, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't respond in a certain time, then
No,
it's
it's
just,
okay.
it
If that's
doesn't
what
matter.
it is.
What is their timeframe, isn't it like 30 days?
It is 20, it's 20 days,
Okay,
so I'll get that out.
So we'll, no, for the next meeting.
okay.
Yes.
For other
Should.
water bodies.
Pardon me. All right, so a motion for us to be the lead agency, please?
I just have one question
Oh, yeah.
about number 3,
Okay,
on page 1 of 4. Now, do you own property other than what you are, disturbing in a sense, because the numbers don't add up right to me.
Yeah, I own the lot across the street.
Across.
That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make it,
Yep.
because I'm thinking, that doesn't add up right.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
the majority of it's across the street, that's why the
okay,
numbers are off.
okay. So I make a motion that, our planning board is the lead agency for this, application.
I'll second that.
Because I just didn't print
Karen Valentino?
Yes.
Mike Cattouli?
Yes.
Cindy Dybo? Yes. Melissa Wendy?
yes.
Alan Chase?
Yes.
Susan Pecky?
Yes.
all right, we need to determine the type of action. If it's type 1, type 2, or unlisted are our options. It's definitely not type 1, which would have, large, disruption. So, type 2, and I think that if this is minimal amount of impact, other than the ground itself, that it's being put.
I make a motion that we, accept it as a type 2 action.
I second it. Karen Valentino,
Yes.
Mike Cattouli,
Yes.
Cindy Gaibo,
Yes.
Melissa Wendy,
Yes.
Alan Chase,
Yes.
Samantha Hupkey.
Yes.
Our next, thing we wanna look at is that, is there a motion to say the application is complete? It is, I believe he's provided, items that we've requested. I don't know if everybody else agrees. No, we're not waiting for approval from DC, and that's just gonna be.
Notification.
Yeah.
Just putting them on notice, yeah.
So the application.
So it would be.
I think so.
Mhm.
I think everybody else agrees.
Were you making a motion on that? Or? Karen, did you make a motion?
I did not,
Oh, okay.
but I was requesting someone to
Okay.
make
I
a
make a
motion.
motion to accept the application as complete.
And then second.
Karen Valentino,
Yes.
Mike Cattouli,
Yes.
Cindy Gaibo,
Yes.
Melissa Wendy,
Yes.
Alan Chase,
Yes.
Samantha Hupkey.
Yes. Okay. All right, now we. Okay,
You
well,
wanna
we still had
look
some
over,
concerns
Yes.
about the design and the,
Right now, you're just deeming it complete.
okay,
You don't have to.
go ahead.
I thought we would be good,
Right, that's what I'm saying, you're deeming it complete to schedule the public hearing, but you don't have to.
Have all the kinks worked out?
Mm-hmm.
Usually do them before the public hearing.
Because as well, the clock starts ticking, as soon as we have our public hearing, yes? Alright, so do we wanna chat about the application as far as, the points that, Sam has made? Oh, at the back, it's summed up there.
Well, doesn't have a page number, but the one on the variance request for 3, 4, and 5, it has law section 5.61. It pretty well brings it to light what he wants to do.
which one are you looking at, Mike?
Variance
Which one?
3, 4.
It has a
Right,
section.
I meant the request number, I'm sorry. 3, 4, and 5.
Forgot the page number, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Is it 561?
5.61, yeah.
From the last
That one.
Okay, yep, there was 2 pages that had it, so looking at the page that you're on.
Planning board may reduce the residential lot area minimums and building line minimums required by this local law upon finding that such a small lot is compatible with existing development to adjacent lots, which he showed us pictures of other buildings in that area within 5 feet of the property line. And he's already got public water on his property and disposal system.
So. I think it's reasonable to have, and separate from looking at his application, but we wanna talk about, setbacks, for the town as a whole. But I don't know if we wanna even consider, setbacks differently for the lakeshore properties, because the lot sizes are so small that they do not be the same everywhere in the town necessarily. It could be something that we look at, in case by case instance,
I
so
got
that.
that information.
where it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
compare to truly look like it's similar to other, structures that are there, or if, we just wanna have set numbers, for that. But, if you go back and look at the map that had the distances, the only one is that eastern side, I think, is not within the norm for the variances that we've granted. Or perhaps we have in the past before me. But the one that says new building with proposed setbacks towards the back of the bundle, I'm not sure if everyone's looking there. But it shows this little image, yeah. Looking at those numbers there, I don't think we'll have any difficulty. The 54 feet from the lake shore is within the normal, it's 50, which is appropriate 50% variance. 25 feet from the road as well, since we need to be currently with the ordinance 50 feet, we can grant 25. As well, the western side of the property, that 18 feet, since 20 feet is what is the law, 2-foot variance is not a problem. So the real question is that eastern side and what we want to do about that.
I'm saying that a case by case, section 5.61 says that we can, if it's compatible with the existing development of adjacent lots. He's already showed that 3 other places along that shoreline are within 5 feet of the property line.
Did I read somewhere that you asked to buy some of the property too
I
next to
did,
you, but
yeah.
they did not want
He
to?
wants to sell one out.
Yeah.
He told me I could build it right on the property line if I wanted to, but he wouldn't sell me it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's got a double lot,
It's
so,
kinda like makes sense, it's empty over there.
so that gives him the
Doesn't
space.
bother him one bit. I will say too, I didn't add, if you live in Shore Oaks, you know, the sunrise is kinda important, and if you draw a line from this house to where the sun comes up, if I go any more this way, it would kinda start blocking his view. This is on the same plane as the old house, so when you look that way, I'm not blocking his view anymore than I already am. So if I cheat it any more to the west, it would start blocking his view of the sun coming up.
There's a piece in the law as well that we haven't talked about here at all, but, there's a thing that buildings should be 20 feet apart. I assume that's for fire protection, so that you don't have buildings real close to each other. So that is a consideration, I think, for the planning board in this case, because if we were to, if he were to displace, the house to a 10-foot variance on the left side of the property or on the west side of the property, that would put him 15 feet from the neighbor's house building the building. So that, you know, just, I believe that's correct, right? Is that?
It'd be, 18.
Yeah, you got 18, they got 5 feet, so you're at 20.
Right, what I'm saying is if we were to require the building to be moved to 10 feet on the east side, it would.
It'd be 18 from the
create-
house, yeah.
Right.
Right now I'm 20, I built 23 from the house. If you move another 5 feet, it'd be 18.
Oh, gosh.
So you'd be
okay.
less than 20.
So you'd be less than 20 from the other structure, so it's, given the structure being the same size, enforcing one part by pushing it over 10 feet creates a problem on the other side of the buildings being closer than what the regs call for, I think.
And currently on the east, you don't have a structure that close to you at all.
No.
So-
No.
Just a,
Right.
It was actually 95 feet from my current house to the current neighbor's house, so it's very far away.
Portion that off and sold that off, now that person wants 5 feet,
Right, so
now
they're,
you're still encroaching.
So that turned into a subdivision issue though, right? If the neighbor wanted to sell that, then they'd have to come get a variance to subdivide the lot because it would be not within the town's lot size requirements.
Right, right.
But they have a
Maybe-
double lot,
maybe
so
two
it may
separate.
be-
yeah, he's got a double lot,
Right.
But it's not, but it doesn't meet the town's
Well-
minimum lot size.
Well, the part that he would be giving or selling to him is, it wouldn't be a separate parcel, it would be merged with his.
No, I'm saying if they sold to a third party,
Yeah.
Oh, the in
right?
between.
Cause it was just mentioned that, well, if somebody else wanted to build a house on a lot between them, right now that's all one lot. So in order to take that one lot and subdivide it, they'd have to come to us
Correct.
to get permission to subdivide it, right? Because it doesn't, none of those lots are conforming,
You're right.
No,
right? So,
which is typically the case when you have property located on the water, they're very tiny.
You said you've been on the board for long, so is this something, using the presentation that, it's similar to the other structures, the other, adjoining lots?
Because it's grandfathered in. It's grandfathered in.
But the question was for, because he's not building in the same footprint.
It's not, yeah, it's not the same footprint, I mean, some
So if it was
portion
the
of
same
it is,
footprint, it would have been.
but the
no
rest of
question,
it
but
is new.
the south side and the west side.
This
If
part,
you look at,
this part.
this is the whole thing, he's got somewhere in here, one of these pages shows
It's
the whole avenue.
The second
So,
drawing,
new with existing building.
yeah, that one shows both,
Yeah,
the same drawing.
just barely see it.
Oh, yeah,
my
now I
phone.
can see it. It's very faint, isn't it?
Yeah, if I bring up on my phone.
Here's the map from
Yeah.
yesterday, or last
Yeah.
time, and so
I
there's
got
the
that, but
house,
I didn't, I
so
couldn't
this,
see this.
this is fine, this is certainly grandfathered in, but this is the portion right there.
He's getting rid of this, and that's he said last
Mhm.
time.
So I just know that, just curious if that's something that you plan to, in your time with the board.
Well, I think Alan's got a good point too, if somebody did, I mean, right now it looks okay, because the distance is great. But if somebody wanted, if he, the